Hello, you beautiful legends, and welcome to Blunt Force Healing Podcast, episode 416. This will be a short first segment, albeit quite late segment because of the busy day today. But I'm now returning with the ticket that I paid for the car park at the hospital, and we are just after the visit at the pediatrician cardiologist with Julian. I'll talk more about it a little bit in the next segment when I am already in a quiet space, not a windy place like this one. Overall, I think that this day goes smooth as it can, and I'm happy about the results, so stay tuned and wait for the next segment, which will happen in a couple of seconds, but I need to drive back home and then I will record it, so I'll be back shortly. And welcome back. Welcome back. It is 20:53, 8:53 p.m. And we just arrived back in Donegal. So it was a smooth ride and quite an okay-ish day, but I need to give you a couple of updates. First of all, I already wrote the blog post, and this is a big plus because I was afraid I might not make it, especially that today I was pretty much half day at work, and I'll explain you why. So Julian had appointment in the hospital that I mentioned about a couple of weeks ago. We were trying to schedule that, and we managed to do that. And at the same time, a company that I work for organized some event, 2 days event, well actually 3 days, well let's say 2 days plus one, has been organized for this week. So 8th, 9th and 10th of November. And obviously they overlapped, but fortunately they overlapped in a way that I could facilitate work and then hospital. So today, this morning, we woke up all together around 5:30 a.m. and we were meant to leave at 5:30, but I knew that we can drag a little bit longer if the guys need to prepare. If I would be just myself, I would be leaving 5:30, but we decided to make some coffee before we go, etc., because there was no gas stations open at this time in close proximity, so we wanted to drink a bit of coffee. Julian got his early small breakfast to not go with the empty stomach, and we left after 6, just a couple of minutes after 6, but I already knew that this might mean problems from traffic perspective. So we left Donegal town. The road was smooth. There was no problems whatsoever until we reached the dead zone, as I like to call it, which is the area of Blanchardstown. just outside Dublin. And it was already terrible traffic. Pretty much the same or similar that I had the last time I updated you when I was going to the office. I think it was in September. Sorry, that was probably, somewhere in September. And this time it was slightly better, but only slightly, until we hit the M50 motorway that surrounds Dublin to allow for, it's like a bypass to allow for traffic to bypass the town and not go through the city center. And it became heavier, and the moment we were approaching Dublin Tunnel, which is another means to bypass the town that is very costly, but it allows to much faster bypass of the Dublin traffic. It was packed. There was a queue to the tunnel. In the tunnel, it was very busy, and the traffic was moving slowly. And at the end of the tunnel, we ground to the halt for a moment. Then we had very heavy traffic up to the River Liffey, where there is another toll road, which is a Eastlink bridge, and it was equally terrible. So we arrived around, I would say, 9:45 or 10 to 10 a.m. instead of 9 a.m. So we were quite late. So I was already kind of pissed because I was hoping to use about 4 hours of that half day to complete my tasks, and I had a specific list of tasks to be completed to make sure that my day is compressed and I will just push for doing it in in parallel with some meetings that were happening or presentations. And I already lost about an hour of it, so I had 3 hours to compress it within. So it was quite difficult, but I couldn't park the car at the company car park because it was already full. If I would arrive earlier, I would probably still have space, but it was too late, so I needed to park the car somewhere in Dublin, beside the street, and pay for the car park. I found a place. I left Julian and Elizabeth close to amenities so they could go and get a breakfast and then go to the city center and do their shopping and spend some time while I was working. And got back to the office just about when the first meeting was due at 10 o'clock. So, as I said, I had 3 hours. But somehow I managed to not only complete my task that I was hoping for, but also I wrote the blog post. And that was a big win for me because I was afraid that I might not do my tasks, forget the blog. And I did both the tasks and blog. So this only shows you how efficient we tend to be when we have a limited amount of time. And that was a great experience. I felt really good about that. And on top of that, I was able to even had a couple of conversations with the guys face to face, which was another great thing. Office was buzzing. And later on, Elizabeth and Julian came to the office and we met together. I wrapped stuff up and we drove first to get some lunch before we went to the hospital. In the hospital, it went beautifully smooth and fast. We got to the cardiac department. We got Holter on Julian, so he got all those electrodes on with the device. So it's monitoring him now until tomorrow about 3 p.m. So that will be sent to the hospital for the readings. And we went to the doctor. It took about, 10-15 minutes of wait time before we could meet him. He checked him thoroughly with all the ultrasound of the heart. It was amazing to see. When you see the ultrasound of the child in a pregnant woman, is already kind of an amazing thing to see something moving inside of the human. But the ultrasound of the heart is equally fascinating, or even more, because it's slightly different type of, I think, ultrasound, or it's calibrated to show minute details of the heart in different zoom type and in highlighting some specific, I would say, impulses, or I don't know how to call it because I'm no expert in that. But it was fascinating to see Julian's heart like an alien being inside of him. Sorry about the light. It keeps shutting off because I'm in the car. And, you could even see as close as, the valves between the, between the parts of heart where the blood is pumped between, and those valves were closing and opening like a mouth of some alien thing. So it was amazing to see. Doctor checked him thoroughly and said, listened to the story, what happened, our history in family and ourselves. And then he concluded that the heart looks fantastic, that there's nothing that he would even remotely see as a problem. He said that the pains in the chest within kids are very common to experience, even with the healthy hearts during the development and in general. So we shouldn't worry about that. And obviously he's not excluding everything, but he sees no reason to worry about. He sees a very healthy heart, but he's waiting until the Holter recording comes back to the hospital. He will see the reading, and then he will conclude and see if there is need for any other monitoring or checkup. But it helped us to calm down. Julian's anxiety is definitely addressed, and he's feeling safer now. But he still needs to record the journal of whenever he feels the pain during the Holter monitoring and recording, so it's easier for the doctor to mix and match and see if there are any things that he can pick on the ECG from 24-hour monitoring. So straight after that, we went to Leafy Valley, we picked some things, and we drove to Donegal town, and we are back here safe and sound. Julian and Elizabeth will obviously have the day off tomorrow, because they will be doing a lot of other stuff like packing for Morocco and all that preparation to save some time and make it easier and stressless later on, because we have a busy rest of the week. I will be driving early morning tomorrow, so apologies that this episode is slightly on the boring side because there will be just 2 segments, but I plan on doing a couple of segments tomorrow, shorter segments, but across the day, so it's more exciting, there's more variety, and we'll see how it goes. So tomorrow is Thursday, I will be driving alone, forth and back. Then on Friday, we are driving together. Elizabeth and Julian will go again together to spend some time in the town while I will be working, then playing football or soccer with the teammates, like the workmates. And on Friday, we are coming back to Donegal town. Then we will have a final check and making sure that we have everything packed for Morocco. And we will drive on Saturday to Dublin, get some last things sorted. We will probably park the car in the Dublin airport car park. We will spend the night in hotel, and we have early flight to Morocco on Sunday. So be prepared. There will be a lot of funny stuff and amazing pictures, hopefully, from Morocco. A lot of content, I hope, for the next, I guess, 10 days. So that's it for today. I'll go to the house now, stitch it together, upload it, and publish the post, and get quickly to sleep to get some necessary rest before waking up tomorrow morning, because I need to wake up earlier and top up the oil. I got the alert from the car that the oil level is at minimum and I don't want to drive below it. So I bought on the way back from Dublin a liter of oil to top it up. I need to top up the coolant as well, so I need about 15-20 minutes of maintenance for the car. I might do it actually before sleep. I will see how it goes with the upload and publishing, and that will give me some, room or buffer for early morning wake up and preparation. So I might do it today or tomorrow morning. I don't know yet. I will update you about that useless information tomorrow, I guess. But that's it for today. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of the day or afternoon or evening, wherever you are, and see you again with a multi-segment update tomorrow. See ya.